I mentioned earlier about the conflict between security and privacy, just in concept. Um, can these groups work together? Yes, I think the answer is they have to work together. But can they be the same function? One of the pieces in the abstract for this talk was, um, can security and privacy be this? Can the security officer also be the privacy officer? Or the person responsible for both in an organization? And I think the answer is it depends. It depends on the organization. It depends on the scope of that CISO or that person who runs security. It depends on the, how broad, is there enough time in the day to be able to handle both topics? And is the person that's in that role able to think beyond, as I mentioned earlier, the definition that security is a defense mechanism, and think of these both as, business balancing acts. How do we enable certain data use, collect the things we need, be clear about what we do, and remove them or aggregate them when we're done with them? If that can't happen, then the roles should be separate. But it is possible for them to be together, to be in the same role, and it's happening more and more. But there's also a push toward, privacy being part of a risk management organization, or privacy being part of a compliance organization, or in legal. There's lots of places that it can live. But I can tell you that the security and privacy functions are, they're cousins. But the interesting thing is they actually need to work together. They may not need to live together in the organization, but they need to work together. Privacy is a lot of the controls required by either the regulations for data protection and privacy, or just general expectations of how data is handled, need to be enforced through the use of security technology. So they can't be orthogonal. There can't be you can't have a combative relationship between the privacy and security organization, because they really do need to work together in order to put effective privacy into the organization. But they're definitely pulled in opposite directions. So if you're considering, a privacy leadership role, either formal or informal, know that the relationship with security will either have to be there, either needs to be there already, or would need to be built in order to be effective.